Welcome to Web Novel Lens. What happens when a modern man awakens in a Victorian world with a crimson moon, revolvers, and occult mysteries lurking in the shadows? Today, we're diving into the summary of Lord of the Mysteries, a Chinese masterpiece by Cuttlefish that blends Lovecraftian mysteries with steampunk aesthetics. With an extraordinary 4.85 out of 5 rating, this isn't just another isekai tale. Join us as we follow Klein Moretti, a modern mind navigating a world of ancient secrets and supernatural powers, mysteries, and uncover the insane details you might have missed in chapters 1 and 2. Prepare to be initiated into the mysteries. Subscribe to my channel for more deep dives into the best web novels. So let's start. Chapter 1, Crimson. The chapter begins with a character named Zhou Mingrue waking up with terrible head pain. He feels like someone hit him with a pole or stabbed through his temples. He can't move his body at first and thinks he might still be dreaming. While struggling to wake up, Zhou worries he might be having a serious medical problem like bleeding in his brain. He wonders if he'll need to take time off work, and briefly thinks this might be a good thing since he'll get some free time. Finally, Zhou manages to open his eyes. His vision is blurry at first and has a red tint to everything. He sees a wooden desk with an open notebook that has yellow pages. Strange black writing on the notebook. About 8 neatly stacked books. Wall lamps connected to gray-white pipes. A black ink bottle with an angel pattern. A dark pen. A brass gun, revolver. Zhou is shocked because this isn't his room. He notices everything has a red glow from light coming through the window. When he looks up, he sees a crimson moon in a black sky. When Zhou tries to stand up, his head hurts so badly he falls back into the chair. He tries again and manages to look around the room. It's a small room with brown doors on each side. There's a wooden bed against one wall. A cabinet with open doors and 5 drawers. Strange mechanical devices connected to pipes. Cooking equipment in one corner. A cracked mirror. When Zhou looks in the mirror, he sees himself with black hair, brown eyes, wearing a linen shirt. He's thin with average features. Zhou realizes he might have transmigrated, moved into another world or body, like in the web novels he used to read. He tries to calm down, and suddenly memories flood into his mind about who he is now. His name is Klein Moretti. He lives in Lone Kingdom, Owa County, city of Tianjin. He recently graduated from the history department at Koei University. His father was in the Royal Army and died in a war. His mother was a follower of the Evernight goddess and died when Klein entered university. He has an older brother and younger sister. They live in a small apartment and aren't wealthy. His older brother supports the family by working as a clerk. Klein knows ancient languages including Fasak and Hermes. When Zhou looks at the notebook again, he realizes the strange writing is in Hermes language. He can now read it, and it says, "Everyone will die, including me." This scares Zhou/Klein. He nearly falls and grabs the table edge to steady himself. The air feels strange, like people are whispering around him. He then notices a bloody handprint on the table. Looking at his own hand, he sees it's covered in blood. His head is still hurting. Zhou/Klein goes to the mirror to check himself more carefully. He sees a terrible wound on his temple with burn marks around it. Blood is everywhere, and there's even gray-white brain matter visible in the wound. Chapter 2, Situation. Zhou Mingrue is shocked after seeing his terrible head wound in the mirror. He can't believe someone with such a serious injury could still be alive. Despite the wound showing brain matter, he checks his vital signs and confirms he's alive, his heart is beating, his skin is warm, and he can move normally. He decides he needs better light to examine his wound properly. The room has gas lamps, and Zhou remembers, through Klein's memories, that Klein's family is poor and normally would use candles, but his older brother Benson had arranged for gas pipes to be installed. Benson convinced their landlord to pay for the installation by saying it would make the apartment easier to rent in the future. Then Benson used his job at an import-export company to buy a gas lamp at a low price. Zhou tries to turn on the gas lamp but it doesn't work. He realizes he needs to put money in the gas meter. He takes out a coin from his pocket, a copper penny with King George III's portrait on it. This coin is worth about 3 to 4 yuan in Zhou's original world. After inserting the coin into the meter, he can finally turn on the lamp. With better lighting, Joe examines his wound carefully. He notices that while there's dried blood, no fresh blood is flowing out. The wound seems to be healing unusually quickly. He can actually see flesh and blood growing around the edges. Joe guesses this might be a special effect of his transmigration into Klein's body. He feels relieved that he's alive. Joe decides to clean up the blood. He gets soap and a towel, then goes to the shared bathroom in the hallway. The corridor is dark with only the red moonlight showing the way. He's careful to keep quiet while washing up because he remembers the landlord, Mr. Frankie, is very strict about water usage. Mr. Frankie would bang on the door with his walking stick and yell at tenants for wasting water if they use too much. After cleaning his face, Joe returns to his room to clean up any other blood. He finds blood splattered on the floor under the desk and a bullet in the wall. He realizes Klein probably died from shooting himself in the head with the revolver. Joe cleans everything thoroughly, then checks the revolver. It has 5 bullets and 1 empty shell, confirming his suicide theory. He looks at the notebook with the message, "Everyone will die, including me," and wonders. Where did the gun come from? Was it really suicide or made to look like suicide? What trouble could Klein, a poor history graduate, have gotten into? Why was there so little blood? Was it because Joe's transmigration brought healing abilities? After changing his shirt, Joe thinks about more important matters. Why did he transmigrate here and can he return home? He misses his parents, friends, the internet, and food from his world. While fidgeting with the revolver, Joe suddenly remembers something important. Before his transmigration, he had been experiencing bad luck and decided to try a luck enhancement ritual from an old book called Quintessential Divination and Arcane Arts of the Qin and Han Dynasty. The ritual required placing 4 portions of staple food in the 4 corners of his room, then taking 4 steps counterclockwise while chanting different phrases. 1. Blessings stem from the immortal Lord of Heaven and Earth. 2. Blessings stem from the Sky Lord of Heaven and Earth. 3. Blessings stem from the exalted Thearch of Heaven and Earth. 4. Blessings stem from the celestial worthy of Heaven and Earth. Then he had to close his eyes and wait 5 minutes. Nothing seemed to happen at the time, but now Joe thinks this ritual might have caused his transmigration. He decides to try the ritual again the next day, hoping it might send him back to his original world.